Hi, welcome back. Today we are finishing up our sound unit with the last set of notes on sound. That's Sound Matters Notes 5D. This is a really quick one. So that means that in today's folder, there's also a video to watch about human echolocation and a set of slides about the applications of sound, what we're doing on today's notes for you to review. So this is only going to take a few minutes. So you need to make sure you go back into the folder and see what else is in there if you're working from home. So first, I want you to, after I give these directions, pause the video and do this, and then unpause it to check it. So this hunk of questions refers to this green wave right here, and these two questions refer to those three waves, the red waves there. All of the blanks for any of them all the way through are going to be either a letter or a number. So you're going to give wavelength and amplitude and all that. All right, give it a shot, pause it. All right, welcome back. Here we go. Wavelength is measured from crest to crest or trough to trough. So that would mean wavelength is A to C or B to D. Amplitude is measured by seeing how far a particle moves from one part of the wave to another repeated part of the wave. So it's the distance from rest that the particles move. So it's rest to crest or rest to trough. So A1, B2, C3, and D4 all measure the amplitude of that green wave. All right, then down here at the bottom, we're going to look at these three waves and decide which one has the lowest frequency and which one has the highest frequency. So if we're looking here at wave E, we've got one crest here, another crest here. That is only one wavelength in the amount of time. We have two full wavelengths for F, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for G. So which one occurs the most often? Which one occurs the least often? So the lowest frequency, the one that occurs the least, is E, and the one that occurs the most often is G. All right, pause it if you need to. I'm erasing it and moving on. All right, so we know that sound travels in waves and that there are frequencies both above and below human hearing. Sounds above human hearing are called ultrasound or ultrasonic. Come on, I can't write today. Sound or sonic. Ultra being Latin for above or beyond. And sounds below human hearing are called infrasound. Infra being Latin for below or under. Well, sub is under, so infra is below. And again, it can be also called infrasonic. So ultrasonic and infrasonic just mean ultrasound and infrasound. If a sound hits a wave, if a sound wave hits an object it cannot pass, it bounces back or reflects. Some materials send the waves back forcefully, and others absorb the sound. Many practical applications of sound are based upon this. So there's a couple of different things that we use sound for that uses this fact that some objects reflect the sound back quick, and some objects reflect the sound back slow, and some objects just absorb it all. Again, pause if you need to. But I'm clearing it and moving on. So first up, we have sonar. Sonar is a system of detecting reflected sound waves. The word sonar comes from the full name. So it's S-O from sound, N-A from navigation, and R from ranging. So sound, navigation, and ranging is what sonar is short for. And the sound is the S-O, navigation is the N-A, and the R is ranging. And the way that it works is it sends out a burst of high frequency sound waves and waits for them to be reflected back. The machine can then calculate the distance to the object or to the bottom of the body of the water as in a depth finder. So a depth finder just says, how deep is it? How deep is the water? It can also determine the size and shape of the object. So sonar is what is used by the military, the Navy, to scan the water and see if there's any enemy ships or submarines. It's what is used to locate shipwrecks, to locate treasure, to just find out how deep the water is. If you've ever been fishing with somebody that had a fish finder, they were basically using sonar, and it just sends out sound waves and tells you, oh, there's a big fish down there, or there's no fish down there, go somewhere else. All right, now you do not have to do this part, and please don't make fun of my drawing, but here's basically how it works. So we've got our ocean up here and our boat up here in the ocean, and it's got the sonar machine. And down here at the bottom of the ocean, we have our treasure chest, right? And when the boat passes over, the boat's just kind of sending out sound waves and scanning the whole area, and they do it in a grid to make sure they don't miss anything. And it sends out these bursts of sound waves, and the ones that hit this go back faster, and these continue down to the bottom of the ocean and then go back. And then the person up in there can see that there's ocean floor, and then this obvious wooden and metal thing, and then ocean floor, because wood reflects the sound at different speeds, and metal reflects the sound at different speeds. And so they can tell there's a treasure chest down there. All right, again, pause it if you need to get that written down, but I'm going to clear it and move on. All right, so it's called sonar when you use a machine. It's called echolocation when a living thing does it. So bats, orcas, all the dolphins and whales that use echolocation, and humans, blind humans, and even sighted ones can use echolocation. If you can produce a sound, a sharp sound, with your mouth or with your hands, I'm going to challenge you to stand in your kitchen and close your eyes and either go and make that sharp sound and spin around as you're doing it and listen, and you'll be able to tell there's the open doorway, there's the wooden front of the cabinet, there's the metal front of the refrigerator, there's the glass front of the oven. Like, you'll be able to tell the difference. It's really amazing, and it's amazing how fast our brains pick it up. But much like humans use machine for sonar, that's our equipment. Oh, great. Oh, are we back? There it is. Okay. It almost worked. Echolocation. Using the same principle as sonar, bats send out very high frequency wave at about 100,000 hertz, and humans stop hearing at about 20,000 hertz. And that's even the teenage number. Like 21, 22 is where teenagers can hear. They say that as you get older, you lose those high ranges. I can still hear those high sounds, but oof. Anyway, the waves bounce off objects and insects and other prey. Bats avoid the objects. We hope. Sometimes they don't. I'm telling you, the number of times a bat is, anyway, breaks my heart because I like bats. Anyway, and eat the insects. Okay. All right, I got to move me so that we can talk about ultrasound. Now, ultrasound just means above human hearing, but we call a machine that does that. I wonder why it's all dark. Weird. Oh, well, it'll just have to be dark. So the machine that, oh, that's why. So the machine that does that is called ultrasound. But so there's the ultrasound machine that sends out those signals and reads them back. And then there's ultrasound, which just means sound above human hearing. Kind of like, we have names for things that mean the one thing, but then it means an actual thing. Anyway, frequencies above human hearing are called ultrasound. The ultrasound machine. So we talked about this on Friday, about the fact that normally when you hear somebody talking about having an ultrasound, you associate it with them having a baby. But you'll have to realize that it's used for far more than that. Ultrasound is used to look inside the human body. The thing is, we don't often tell people when we're going to get our liver ultrasound or our kidney ultrasound. It's just not something we talk about. Hey, anybody want to see the cute little pictures of my liver? Like, nobody. So it's not that it's not that it's more commonly used for babies. It's just that's the one people talk about. I had an ultrasound in my neck when I had shoulder surgery. They put a nerve block in my neck, and it made it so that the arm could heal up a little faster without so much pain. And I'm swollen over there right now. I wonder why. Anyway, um, so ultrasound is just used to, it sends out these high frequency waves, and when they bounce back, the ultrasound technician is able, like we look at it and we just see little blobs of gray and black and white, but the ultrasound technician is able to actually tell that's a tumor, or that's a healthy kidney, or that's a boy, or that's a girl, or that's a baby, that's a head, that's a heart, whatever. All right, so it allows doctors to get a picture, which is called a sonogram, of what is happening inside the human body. And it sends very, very high frequency waves. We're talking about 1 million hertz. So, like, ridiculously high, something we don't even have a chance of hearing, and not even dogs can hear it. And then those waves are reflected back at different speeds. And again, it's interpreted as different shades of gray or black or white. And the person looking at it knows what means what and is able to interpret it. All right, that is it for today's notes. So make sure you get those filled in and then have those, because the quiz is going to be on Wednesday. Go back to today's folder. Make sure you watch the Daniel Kish video, and make sure you do the applications of sound slides that are a review of this information. Have a lovely day and make good decisions. Bye.